Does the gas tax repeal then soar to the top over the next 5 months? Is that something you hit hard to pull some of that in?
Well, if I were the Democratic Party, I would worry about Josh Newman's recall in Orange County because that was not close. It was overwhelming. I think it was 62%. And a huge amount of money was spent by the special interest groups to try to fight that recall. This is going to be very interesting to see how much money they spend on fighting the repeal of the gas tax. Carl DeMaio and I spoke today. We're planning a major offensive all around the state on the gas tax repeal, and we're going to bring that home. That is a
How many signatures do you have on that?
965,000 we collected, and that's a shining example of government at work, especially this government in California, because instead of reforming Caltrans, which spends, like I said, 4 times what Texas does, which means we don't use our money efficiently. They went into the pockets of California taxpayers and they said, we want more money from you. And they jacked up the cost of gasoline instead of fixing Caltrans. Well, fixing Caltrans would have hurt a lot of their cronies, the public sector unions, the contractors who supply money for their campaigns. Frankly, some of the Chamber of Commerce groups signed on to that too because they saw, a good amount of money there. That would have been hard for them to do, but they didn't do it. They went the easy route to jack up taxes, and the people have rebelled with Josh Newman's recall. They're going to rebel in November. We're going to repeal that gas tax.
Of course, Newsom being an 8-year sort of understudy to Jerry Brown and the policies that have come out of his office.
Absolutely. And somebody asked me, Newsom wasn't the governor, he was the lieutenant governor, but I didn't see him campaigning against the gas tax. Right. He was right there at Jerry Brown's side. And he's gone back and forth on the train to nowhere, which is another pork barrel waste project that Jerry Brown has pushed forward. Gavin Newsom, likes the limelight. He likes to have a smile on TV and maybe likes to prance around, but I don't think he's a manager, and I don't think this state needs him.
One more quick one on policy, and then I want to get your thoughts on another subject. If you were to look at Libby Schaaf, the first time we met, the first time we talked to you, I asked you what you'd say to Libby Schaaf, the Oakland mayor. After last night, what do you say to her now?
I think she made a huge mistake. She was irresponsible. She's I would call it a craven politician, but I don't even know she's that good. The idea
should she be
obstruction of justice. Yeah, listen. Mr. Trump is being accused of obstruction of justice for firing his own attorney general. I mean, he's got the ability to hire and fire people in the executive branch. He's the head of the executive branch. But Libby Schaaf blew the whistle on a law enforcement operation to try to make sure that the law enforcement operation didn't work. That's a public official working against her own law enforcement officers, and I think that's it's reprehensible for a public official to do that.
All right, I want to get your thoughts on something. Have you spoken to your Republican counterpart, Travis Allen?
No, I haven't. I haven't heard from him, and I reached out through the state chairman before the election because I wanted to make sure that whichever of us won, that we were together afterwards to fight the Democrats, and I haven't heard from him. I hope to hear from him. I hope Travis doesn't have any ill feelings. I don't to a degree because even though he wrote he made a very negative campaign.
Well, and sort of on that, how do you go all in on making sure that you gather some of those supporters? He had some all-in supporters.
He did, and it was great. Listen, they're the same. They're on the same issues I am: enforcing the border wall, standing strong to support President Trump, cutting taxes, cutting regulations, building homes, making sure this state works for the people, not the cronies. I hope that they'll join this effort. I think they will. I'll reach out to them. I've already been on a bunch of radio shows that serve that area, and I hope that we all can work together and move forward as Republicans.
All right, you're looking for his endorsement. One last one.
Absolutely.
Speaking of endorsements, you got 3 separate tweets from President Trump with an endorsement. He tweeted this morning, congratulating you.
Thank you, yeah.
Have you spoken to him, and do you expect to hear from him?
I do, actually. They reached out. He's got a lot of things on his plate today. He's getting ready for a big summit with North Korea coming up that really is about the future of the world, let alone California. So I wish him well on that. Yeah, I'm hoping to hear from him. I have never talked to him. I've never met him. I'm looking forward to doing that. And he supported me when I needed it to elevate me and make sure that I consolidated Republican support. I think he did that because I'm a businessman like he is, looking for results.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.